Hello, my name is Brenda Paradis here at the Diamond Bee Equestrian Center, and I'm going to be talking to you just a few things about horse safety on the ground. First, to start off, in how you hold your lead rope. You do not want to coil it like that. If something happens where the horse reacts quickly, then it can tighten up around your hand and actually break or remove fingers. So always best to fold it so that there are no continuous loops around your hand and hold it that way. Also, let me reposition him here. When you're hanging onto the lead up here, do not hang on to the snap area. It's too easy to get your fingers in those holes. Again, if they react quickly to something, can break your fingers. And you don't want to be hanging on your horse all the time, applying pressure. I want my horse to be responsive to pressure. That means that when I apply pressure, I expect a response. So I'm not going to be hanging on them all the time. I keep a loose line unless I'm directing or commanding something that I want them to do differently than what they're doing at that very moment when I pick up the lead. Or same thing when I'm in the saddle and I pick up the reins. So I'm going to hang on about 6 inches or so down from the snap. Now sometimes you need to get up a little bit closer where you have some control, but again, staying below the snap. In standing beside the horse, leading the horse, you want to stay between the shoulder and the ear, and I expect my horses to stay in that position as I'm walking. If I speed up, then they're to speed up and maintain their position beside me, or if I slow down, then again they slow down. And in tying a horse up, you should always try to tie your horse eye level with them. If something does happen and they react, they sit back and they try to get away, it's less apt to cause as much damage through the poll and the neck, the poll up here being between the ears, and their neck if that pressure is applied from higher to lower as opposed to pulling up and back. It can cause a lot more damage up here. And even the solid rope ones sometimes can surprise you on things. When the horse is tied up, it's not safe to cross under the neck. Again, if the horse reacts quickly, they're going to sit back and try to get away. In the process of that, their only option is to come down, and it's very difficult for them to not be on top of you when they come back down. So when they are tied, I recommend that you cross over to change sides by going behind your horse, and you do that by placing your hand on their body and keeping your body within 6 inches of theirs, walking fluid but quickly to change sides, maintaining contact the whole way. That allows them to know exactly where you're at and maintain their focus on you, and also keeps you in a safer position. As a general rule, when you are around horses, your safest distance is less than 6 inches to the horse's body or more than 6 feet away from the horse's body. When you're in here, if something does happen, they may end up bumping you with their hip or their shoulder, but you also have your elbows or your knees, your legs, in order to protect yourself and create more distance there to get away if necessary. If you're in that mid-range, you're more apt to get knocked down or stepped on or kicked. So you want to stay in closer where you can actually use some of that momentum in the explosion if it does happen, to get away or stay outside of that area completely. Brushing or handling the horse, for the most part, I'm facing my horse at an angle. For one, it's a commanding body position where I'm asking him to stand still because of the angle of my shoulders towards my horse, but it also allows my vision to encompass his whole body from his ears, his nose, to his tail. So even though I may be brushing or grooming or doing something here, I'm using my peripheral vision to be mindful of what my whole horse's body is doing and where his focus is and what his energy level or level of tension is, anxiety as well, so that I can do what's necessary to keep the situation under control.